So after 90 minutes of watching paint dry, it turns out that the walls both dry at the exact same time. It's turned out Israel won, Scotland won. Here is your match review. Very, very disappointing. A draw is not the most disappointing thing about it. It's the performance. It was the intention. We just did not look like a team that really wanted to win this. Again, it looked more like, well, let's not get beat, and if we get the win, then that's great, but let's not get beat. This not get beat mentality, it's not working for me, guys. Come on, it's Israel. Israel are not shit by any means, but I mean, if we don't believe we can go to Israel and go for the win, like, really, what are we doing with our life? Seriously. Israel have had a lot of bad times in history, but I wanted to create another bad time for them tonight, Probably not as bad as, like, the Holocaust or whatever, but I still wanted Scotland to make them feel like this was 90 minutes of hell, and it just didn't happen. It was more like 90 minutes of pleasure. It was as if Scotland gave them a free ride a free pass for 90 minutes at M&D's. Here's the theme park, cover the fun you want, because we ain't gonna do nothing. We ain't gonna offer any serious threats. And even the goal we got did seem kind of lucky to me. I think it looked like it took a bit of deflection. And honestly, I can't say that we were unlucky not to win. We weren't. I mean, a point probably flatters us. I don't think that we deserved any more than a point. I think the point is probably at most what we deserved tonight. All our big players were disappointing. I was pretty much fucking making out McGinn to be the best player in the world the other night there, but tonight he was pretty much a shadow of his usual self. He done nothing. McTominay had a poor game. Andy Robertson was as shite as he normally is. Even Tierney didn't really do much. He had a good shot in the second half, don't get me wrong, and I think a couple of times he came forward, but it wasn't the greatest game from him. Grant Hanley, again, proved tonight why he should never be anywhere near Scotland's shirt. Just does not look comfortable. It looks like a danger at the back. I mean, I don't know. I know the guy scored against Austria, but he is not a good player. And overall, I mean, Shea Adams, he was isolated. Again, we're doing this thing where we just stick one guy up front and leave him on his own. I don't get it. It's like sending one guy to fight four guys on his own. I mean, 9 times out of 10, he's going to get battered, and our strikers are getting battered because they're getting no support, and it's hard to deliver service to a guy that's on his own. And even Dykes came on. He kind of held the ball up a bit better, but there was never any support. The best Dykes could seem to do was hold the ball up and try and win a foul, just so we could get further up the pitch. It was like, it wasn't as if Dykes was holding the ball up and bringing others into play, and that's not his fault, because there was nobody. I don't know, it was pish. It was fucking pish. I mean, I can accept this kind of, performance against a Spain or something like that, but not against an Israel. Come on, guys. We've played Israel about 20 million times in the last 2 weeks, and every time we play them, they seem to be getting better and better, and we seem to be getting worse and worse. It doesn't make any sense to me, guys. Anyway, first half, Israel were the better team. There's no doubt about that. They took the lead through a goal from, what's his name, Peretz. He has scored a shot from about 28 yards out. It was a decent strike, but, I mean, Davy Marshall should be saving it all day long. Davy Marshall should get to it. It looks like he's got a comfortable save where he should just palm it away, but I don't know. Maybe the ball swerves at the last second, or Davy Marshall just gets his positioning all wrong, but in the end, he ends up parrying it onto his own net, and it was garbage from David Marshall, who I think has been a bit underrated. I mean, fair play to the guy for those penalty saves. I mean, yes, he helped us get to the Euros, but his performance tonight wasn't great, and I don't think his performance against Austria wasn't great. I don't care what you say. He could have done a lot better for the first Austria goal, and there's no way this shot should have been allowed to go in. I mean, most keepers save it. Probably I would have saved it. I mean, Alan McGregor could have been shagging someone at the same time and stuck his horn out and made the save, but Davy Marshall, for some reason, couldn't get it done. I don't know why. Yeah, what can you say? I mean, no one really stood it tonight. The changes that we made were too late. I mean, the guy brings on Armstrong with about 5 minutes to go. I mean, why not make those changes earlier? Why not bring on Lyndon Dykes and keep Shea Adams on and go 2 up front and go for the win? But no, Steve McClark's mentality is, let's not get beat. let's not get beat. I don't like that mentality, right? Against Brazil or something, aye, but against Israel, no, definitely not. Then we got a goal, like I said, through Ryan Fraser, and it wasn't the. I mean, he kind of, to be honest, he mishits it. I'm definitely 100% sure he wasn't going for this, and I think he even took a deflection off the Israeli defender. The Israeli keeper Marciano was like pissed off that it went in, so that tells me straight away that there was some luck going on there. But without that luck, we would have got beat tonight. So you know what? We'll take it. We will take it. But overall, guys, not good enough. Definitely not good enough. The only positive thing is we've got Faroe Islands up next, and we have to beat them. I mean, they are shit. If we can't beat the Faroes, then we may as well just get our passports and rip them up to fuck, because we will not be going to the World Cup. If we cannot beat the Faroes, then you know what? Steve Clarke, I think, should walk away. I would walk away. Walk 5,000 miles or 500 miles to the nearest job application that's available, because we don't need you, Scotland manager. If you can't beat the Faroes, then you know it is time to go. But I think we will beat the Faroes, and I think we'll beat them comfortably. And we need to beat them comfortably, guys, because at the moment we're only on 2 points out of a possible 6 now. Looking at these opening 2 games, I would have said, ideally I would have liked 6. I think there's no reason why we couldn't get 6. A home game against Austria and a away tie against Israel. I think 6 was definitely doable. But I would have said 4 points should have been at least what we were aiming for, and we've not got that. Now, is that me saying that we can't qualify with 2 points? No, definitely not. It's going to be a tough task now, don't get me wrong. I think we've definitely underachieved. But 2 points is doable. It's not like we've lost one of these games. We can still qualify, but now we're putting pressure on ourselves. Now we have to, beat Israel at home. Now we probably have to at least beat Austria in Vienna or avoid defeat. Now we're probably going to have to get something against Denmark. Whereas if we'd done better in these opening 2 games, it would have took the pressure off us more when it comes to, the latter stages of this group. But anyway, guys, that is it. Not a lot to talk about. Like I said, we were dreadful. Israel weren't great, but they were better than us, It is what it is. And yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. We didn't deserve the win. We didn't get the win, and we're going to have to wait until later in the week here to try and beat the Faroes. But anyway, guys, that's it. Let us know what you thought down below. Are you still Steve Clarke in or out? Of course, I'm still Steve Clarke in. Come on, the guy got us to the Euros, for God's sake. But since we qualified for the Euros, it hasn't been good, has it? I mean, we've lost to Israel, we've lost to Czech Republic, a draw against Austria, and a draw against Israel. I can't remember if we played any friendlies in between, but all I know is since we qualified for Euros, we've yet to win a game since then, and that is a bit. Even qualifying for the Euros, we weren't winning games; we were drawing and then winning on penalty shootouts. Like, well, we just don't win many games, guys, and we need to start winning games, because fucking losers don't win games, and we don't want to be a loser. But anyway, that is it, guys. That is your match review. I'll be back next week or whatever. Or if Hearts play, I'll be back. I don't know when Hearts play. I don't know if Hearts should ever play again, because Robbie Nielsen's totally fucked things up there. And Steve Clarke is doing a good job of screwing all the good work that he did with Scotland last year. Come on, Steve Clarke. Let's get stuck into those Faroes, right? They're from some shitey wee island. Let's send them back there. Let's burn it, let's just let's blow them off the earth with a 10-0 win. A 10-0 I'm going for, guys. That's what I want. But anyway, let us know what you thought of the match down below. And yeah, do you think 1-1 was a fair result? I mean, I think Israel maybe be a wee bit annoyed they didn't get the win, but I guess 1-1, it's pretty. They were the home team. Did Israel really do enough as the home team to get the win? Probably not. Did we do enough to get the win? Definitely not. And guys, that is it. Anyway, till next time, thanks for watching. This has been Sir Scotland TV. We'll be back next week with more videos. But until then, peace.